President Haris Lambropoulos, President of HDBI, welcome back. But also John Says, CEO of TESI, hello, how are you? And welcome in Athens. David DENZER-SPECK, Head of the EU Affair of KfW, and Pascal LAGARDE, Executive Director, Strategy Development, International Affairs, and ESG of Banque Publique d'Investissement Française, BPI. Can we have just a brief presentation? We know that Haris Lambropoulos just came from HDBI, but can you, the three of you, take a microphone and then a few words of your banks and your...
Yeah.
David.
Okay, if I start. So KfW is basically the German version of the Hellenic Development Bank.
Yes.
As we speak mostly today about equity and venture capital, we set up 3.5 years ago a new daughter company to better support the ecosystem in Germany. And basically we had two major important tasks the last couple of years. One was a reaction to the COVID crisis, as every one of us had to do, both on the debt side but also on the equity side. And the second was the more structural. And there we had one major program for the German government where we tried to invest over the next 10 years, 10 billion into the ecosystem via various instruments. But I think the reason why we are here today is that this is not only a German issue or a Greek issue or a French issue or a Finnish issue, but it's a European challenge. And so I'm quite happy to be here today, and looking forward to the discussion. Thanks.
Maybe John?
Okay, so we're the Finnish equivalent of HDBI. So we concentrate on equity investing. We do both fund investments and also direct investments. And we've been on the market for 27 years now. And this is, as a very small northern country, it's especially important for us to elaborate and also contribute on European level or doing the cooperation together with the gentlemen and the organization that they represent. So very happy to be here.
Pascal LAGARDE, the organizer of Bpifrance. You often working all together, right?
No, I think it's the first time, in fact, to produce such an agreement. Of course, we are used to exchange together. We have some forum about that. We have EFIN, we have LG, we have a lot of forums. But what we try to do on this, I would say one-of-a-kind project, is to duplicate something we already have with KfW on VC investment. We have already a bilateral agreement to share cross-border investments with KfW. Simple. And it has been working for years, and I think it's a success.
I agree.
And then we have had on Europe this huge problem which is coming, which is financing growth of innovative companies. You know, these companies which need huge amount of money to go further. So what we thought would be a good idea, and it would be to work together to have private funds, private growth fund, which are able to invest large amount of money at a stage where these companies are close to be unicorns or becoming unicorns. So that was the whole idea, to work together. We are a band of like-minded companies where we can add, the other one is Vækstfonden from Denmark. And then we decided to work together, and then, of course, it's not a closed shop, but what we do is co-invest together in these funds, and where we have some interest, of course, and share everything: due diligences, best practices, figures, numbers, and that kind of stuff. But my colleagues can add to that.
Why, Pascal LAGARDE said that you co-investing together. Why do you think it's necessary to co-invest in Europe today?
Alexia, as the theme of today's event is growing together, it means that European tech companies, they have to feel Europe that can support them along the whole trip they make in order to grow very fast, very big, and be unicorns. And instead of forgetting the efforts of their mother continent, to visit other areas and look for funding there. So personally, I'm very proud and very happy to participate in this pan-European effort and initiative. I want to congratulate the French presidency for this initiative and all the member countries that have signed this protocol. Personally, also Pascal Lagarde holding a lot of Skype and e-meetings to come to a conclusion, and to mention that this is not the end, the 5 contracting parties. It's the beginning. This is an open protocol for all the other counterparts to collaborate.
Can we have some details of that protocol amount and maybe of investment and in practice how you're going to work on this? Can we have some details of these protocols that you signed?
Yes, so it's all about practical cooperation, I think, and really what Pascal was referring to previous, that we really want to get more cooperation between the SMEs and the VC companies. We would love to see the general partners work together on European level, and also the limited partners when doing investments. And then what we also will see is that we will able, when we collect information about the market and how it's developing, so the institutional investors will know also more about the fundraising situation when it goes forward. So I think this is a very positive, practical cooperation, and that's actually what is also documented in the agreement.
Maybe David?
Yeah, totally agree to Jan. Just to mention 2 further points on the more policy-oriented, because I think this sharing of best practice is also quite important. The deals on the one hand, but also the more policy-oriented work, and there we have 2 particular issues we are working on. One is ESG. I think this is very important for the ecosystem to adapt and take up quickly at the beginning. And the second is diversity. So these are also areas where we work on solutions, and we look to our Greek partners and Finnish and to PPE just to understand how do you tackle so very practical questions where we seek answers from our friends.
Pascal?
Well, I think one of the strengths of this initiative is we announced that the joint force of the 5th of us together is an investment capability of 3.3 billion euros in the coming 3 to 5 years, which is a lot. So what we mean by that is we say to the GP, hey, you're a VC-oriented GP, we have a big amount of money to invest in growth fund. Why don't you try to develop this kind of activity and not do it in one country, do it cross-border? It's not compulsory to be 27 countries. It has no meaning, no sense. But it can be Mediterranean countries, Nordic countries, I don't know, France, Belgium, and Netherlands. And so it has a meaning of cooperation and pushing the market, saying, we think there is a market there, come, and if you do something good, we will invest. And that's very important, to say we are concerned by this.
Of being together. Thank you the fourth, and maybe see you next year with more members in your signature. Voilà, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.